The Birds and the Bees, a romance education novel for parents. Hello there, I hope you're all doing very well. This educational guide is to help parents explain the topics of sex, romance and lust to children without embarrassment or guilt. Billy the Bee has been asked to sit downstairs in the living room with his parents. They are also bees. They have a few things they feel Billy is now old enough to know. Hello, Billy. I am now playing the role of Barbara the Bee, Billy's mother. Hello, Billy. I've noticed you're spending more time outside the hive with your friends, and I'm worried you're going to hear things that you won't understand regarding sexual content. Remember to address the age of consent in your specific hive location. UK hives, it's 16, America and Canada, it's 18, and in China, I think it's about 12. Billy, on your travels in the outside world, it is common you will soon come across a girl bee, who you will develop feelings for, and I want you to know that this has a very strong chance of being normal. Once hitched with your new bee friend, you will be asked to perform tasks that may seem unhinged. If this is the case, please ask yourself whether you'd rather be a loser without a girlfriend. The chances are you don't like this thought, so the option of performing these bizarre tasks is looking more plausible. Billy is now in another hive with Betty the Bee, his new bee girlfriend. She's a little older than Billy, but they have bonded over a few takeaway meals in her Ford Corsa outside Sainsbury's. She has just asked Billy if she wants to enter her hive. A little unsure of which hive she's talking about, Billy begins to nod. They are now back at Betty the Bee's hive. She invites him into her private space. Billy is now aware of all the exits he may need to escape through if her big bad butch dad bee, Barry, returns home early. After a few moments in her sleeping quarters, Billy is propositioned. Give me all of your honey, Billy, over my chest and behind. Buzz! Billy has proceeded through with his task. Thanks! Betty buzzes, wiping goo from her wings. The door opens. Oh, Buzz! That's my dad! Betty calls. Before the door has been able to close, Billy has escaped through one of the open hive windows and is now heading out towards his home to safety. A few days later, and Billy's wings have started to ache and his buzzer has felt better days. Billy has just been given herbies. Too embarrassed to tell anyone of his troubles, he is avoiding the conversation. But as you should know, a good parent never lets anything drop. I hope you didn't do anything with slutty Betty, Billy, his mum hollers. Slutty? Billy questions. It turns out Betty has been around the hive a few times before, and the reason her car's suspension was lower than normal wasn't because of her new tyres. Billy didn't know about Betty's past because she didn't tell him. He's now dying because of her mistake. Betty the Bee is what we all know as a bee bitch. Unfortunately, Billy has now passed on and is no more, thanks to Betty and his unawareness of the outside world. Barbara, his mother, is now left alone after Baz the Bee, her husband, has run off with Saucy Karen, the fitness instructor from Bristol. Barbara has no option but to self-sacrifice herself because of her newfound loneliness. Thanks, Betty.